Okay, I actually got my hair cut before I seen you for Dave.
Yes. They looked good then too, but now it looks even better.
Cool. Cool story, bro. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
So let's talk about it. Zazzle, the most amazing in the top 20 print-on-demand sites on the internet. You know, you can go and people can go make their own stuff. You know, it's like not only do people go there to search for products, you know, that they may want, like they would on Merch or Redbubble or any of the other ones, but they have a unique thing where, you know, when people think of print-on-demand sites, like every time I say print-on-demand, they say, oh, you mean like Zazzle. I mean, Zazzle is the one that people who don't even know about print-on-demand, that's, if they know one, they know Zazzle. And not only that, they have something that's kind of unique, I think, where, you know, people are just naturally going there if they want to make their own design and put it on like a single product, like stationery. So they're already bringing people into the website to do other things. So, you know, naturally, if, you know, maybe they want some kind of print-on-demand product or something they're searching for, they're going to come back for that. You know, so, and I know they had, you know, a lot of problems in the beginning, which I'm pretty sure they have all straightened out now, but I think it's really a great platform, you know, that still gets a ton of traffic. So what do you think? Am I just like completely wrong, or what is your ideas about Zazzle?
Okay, guys, Zazzle, like Shawn mentioned, is a monolith in the print-on-demand. It has tons of stuff. It's huge. It really is huge. So Zazzle's been around since 2005. So it is 12 years old, and they recently went international. They may have already been international, but they opened up a new location in Ireland in the town of Cork. You may or may not know Cork is the location or former location of Guinness. Guinness beer is made in Cork, Ireland. And now they've got a Zazzle factory. They actually bought out one of the Guinness locations. And so where there used to be beer making, now there's Zazzle making, guys. So that tells you a couple things. Number one, they have a sense of style, because why not buy a place where the Guinness was made? And number two, it tells you they're now in Europe and they're expanding and they're buying new locations, which is kind of cool. So Zazzle is even older than Redbubble. Redbubble we did previously it's around 10 years. It just had a 10th year anniversary, so Zazzle's older than that. And in terms of product lineup, Zazzle it's just a monster. It's absolutely huge, Shawn. I was learning about it more. Like before we do these webinars, I like to do some extra learning to find out about things that I might have missed or things that are not covered in the book, because although the book is like 131 pages long at the moment, the current edition, it doesn't have 100% of everything about every pod, although some people might think so, but it doesn't. So at the time in March, the global ranking for Zazzle on Alexa, which is an Amazon-owned company that ranks traffic to the websites, at the time in March their global ranking was 2,552, and in the US it was 881. Now this was back in March, which was coming off of Q4, so it was in Q1, and that's what it was. Now, if we take a look at the rankings right now, Zazzle ranked by Alexa, we like to do this at the beginning of each pod to kind of get a sense of the popularity of them. It's now ranked globally 3,868. So it's still in the top 5,000, which is very popular. And in the US, the ranking is 1,085. So it just barely misses the top 1,000 websites in all of the USA. But in terms of total traffic volume, that's still quite high. It did have a drop-off from earlier in the year. And to be honest, over the last year or so, it has been on a bit of a decline globally. So it was as high as 2,000. Now it's around 4,000. So it has been coming down. But that being said, it's still a hugely popular site. It's been around for long enough. It's got a huge reputation. And one of the things that I'll mention about Zazzle that is totally stands out, in my opinion, is the amount of products that they have is gigantic. not only the products themselves, but also the categories they have them, the materials that they use, the processes that are available. And they're also upgrading their technology quite a bit. They've got robots that take in new products when they want to offer new products and scan them digitally. So they have a digital product robot. It's called the Talos, which is kind of maybe too much information, but the Talos is allows them to take any kind of three-dimensional product and input it into their system in a way that allows them to map the product in 3D, and it allows them to print on those products in the future. So if you check out some of their videos and things, and one of the videos, they actually have the Talos camera going and mapping a deer head. So you remember when we were at the ScanPower conference, Shawn, at lunchtime, we were talking about those deer heads. We said they must be custom made.
Right.
Zazzle is mapping one of those digitally so they can print designs onto them. And they're adding new products and technologies all the time. They recently upgraded their embroidery setup. And embroidery is something that Zazzle offers that other pods that we've discussed so far do not, or that they're certainly not prevalent. So we've talked about Sunfrog, we've talked about Redbubble, we talked about, last week was Fanprint. Fanprint was amazing, guys, and Gearbubble. And so this week we're talking about Zazzle. This is the 5th pod in a row, 5 weeks in a row we've been talking pods. And before we get started, is there any questions that people want to learn about Zazzle before we kind of get into it, guys? You can ask them either in the chat or even better in the Q&A. There's a Q&A, which is nice because we can mark them as answered, and that way we know that we get to your questions. So, Shawn, do you want to explain to the people how they would ask a question in the Q&A or the chat using the Zoom system in case they're new to the platform?
Yes, of course. If you may not see it, but if you scroll to the bottom of your viewing box, somebody just did it, and you should see a pop-up where it says Q&A, or you'll see a box. I'm not sure what your end looks like, but there's a button at the bottom that says Q&A. When you hover over it, and you can click on Q&A and you can ask a question, and it's going to stay there until we mark it answered. So unlike the chat where when questions start rolling by, we may not miss them all, or we may miss some of them, you can click on the Q&A and it's going to stay there. And I see a bunch of questions rolling in now, but the questions will stay there until we have marked that we've answered them, so we won't miss anything from any of you guys. And we will get to the questions as we can, and the ones that don't really meet up with what we're talking about, we will be sure to answer everything at the end.
Okay, now typically we assign about an hour or so to the podcast. Last week we went double time, guys. We went 2 full hours talking about fan print. And if you missed that, you should try and not miss those because it was fantastic. Shawn, did you get a chance to watch the replay? Because I know you were driving at the time. We had a special guest on, Fernando.
Yes, I was driving back from ScanPower conference. I did have to stop and meet some people, but yes, I of course did it. I have a FanPrint account. You can see all the replays in our Facebook group, which I mean, everybody should, I would assume, be in there, but if you're not, you can go to, and I'll post this in the chat, but you can go to masteringthepod.com, and that'll just, it's not a website, it'll just forward you right to my Facebook group, and if you're a member, it'll take you into the group. If you're not, it will, allow you to join. We'll get you in ASAP. And we post all of those there. Everything we talk about gets posted there. We email them out, and I'm going to be sending an email to everybody who's registered for any of the webinars this week. Anybody that missed any of the other ones, we'll post links to all of them with any other links that you need, just to get everybody up to date. And the new people are joining all the time, so you may have missed some of the older ones. They're available on our YouTube channel. They're available in the Facebook group. They're sent out to everybody who registers, even if you don't attend them live.
Okay, so just to recap on what we've done here, I'm going to post this. It says everyone is not in session. Okay, well, everyone should get in session. How can I not post my own comment? There we go. Okay, so far we've covered Redbubble, we covered Sunfrog, we covered Gear Bubble, we covered Fan Print, and today we're doing Zazzle. Barry asks, we'll get straight into the questions because before we get into the platform, I want to make sure everything's sort of clear on the table. If you're not familiar with print on demand itself, print on demand is the process where you take a design, it could be a picture or a painting, whatever it is, you turn it into a digital file, you upload the digital file onto a platform, and then that platform will apply that design or that picture to various things. Typically, in the context of the pods that we're covering, we're talking about apparel. So most of the time we're talking T-shirts, but depending on the pod, some of the pods also have things like sweatshirts, they've got V-neck shirts, racerbacks, tank tops, hoodies, all kinds of different things. And Zazzle, I don't know, Zazzle's in a whole different category by itself, guys. We're not going to be talking just about apparel. We're going to be talking about things like skateboards and duvet covers and jewelry and like all kinds of stuff. They print on all kinds of different things. So one of the reason I asked this is, where did that question go? It was here.
I removed it.
Okay, so I'm not sure who this person is, but so Barry DeHart asked, how does this compare to merch? It's a good question. And so Merch by Amazon is probably a platform that you've all heard of. It's owned by Amazon.com. Merch by Amazon is its own little program. How it works is you apply for the program at merch.amazon.com. Once you get into the program, they put you into tiers. They allow you to upload a certain number of designs per day. They have 2 shirt types. They've got Anvil, and then they have a premium shirt. They have a number of different colors. I think it's up to about 21 right now. It used to be 15, and they just recently added some. If your designs sell within the first 3 months or 90 days, then they stay up forever or until the program changes. And at the moment, if it does make a sale, then it does stay up. If it doesn't make a sale, they take it down. So that is a little bit about Merch by Amazon. How does Zazzle compare? So it depends on what you're talking about, but basically in terms of product selection, Amazon through Merch by Amazon has 2 products, so 2 different kinds of T-shirts, and it's available in a number of colors, so we'll call that variations. So one product, I guess, the T-shirt, 2 types of T-shirts, and a number of colors. Zazzle has 1,400 products, so 1,400 plus, more than 1,400 individual products. Many of those products are available in different variations, and then in terms of the variations, there's also different colors and sizes, and the ranges of colors and sizes when you compare it to Merch by Amazon is also quite a lot larger. Merch by Amazon delivers within the United States, so if you're in the USA, you can get Merch by Amazon delivered to your home or business or location. I should note the Merch by Amazon also delivers to US Army bases. So if you are serving abroad in a different place that's not normally associated as being the US, it is US soil, so they do deliver there. They also have the APO addresses, so it delivers as if you were in the state that that base is associated with. So for example, if you're in Tokyo, Japan, you can order Merch by Amazon, and it's just like delivering to California in terms of delivery process that it gets to you, you can have the product. If you compare that to Zazzle, Zazzle.com delivers worldwide. So if it's on the planet Earth and they receive parcels by mail, basically it's delivered there. So if you're in Peru or Germany or Canada or anywhere in the US, including the Army bases, you get worldwide delivery. Do you have a flashing light behind you there, Shawn?
No, I have the same clock that's always behind me.
The color on the screen there looks like it's alternating between green and red, your wallpaper.
No, I don't have, well, that
I know it's a blank wall, but the wall itself, the hue of the wall, it's like there's a flashing siren in front of your computer on the other side.
I don't know what's going on.
You see that?
I mean, there's nothing flat. I do kind of see it.
Yeah, in the video, it's going like green and red, green and red. It's like you're having a dance party there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. That's no problem. So basically, yeah. So Zazzle delivers worldwide. I live in Canada, so when I order Merch by Amazon, I have to order to my New York warehouse and then get it forwarded or pick it up in New York. But if I order from Zazzle.com or Zazzle.ca, they also have Zazzle.ca. I can order directly to my house or to my business or to my customers. I do have clients that order things through Facebook. And so sometimes I'll make up custom designs, get them shipped directly to the customer. They pay me on Facebook. I cover it on Zazzle. And Zazzle is a wonderful place that delivers worldwide. Amazon, of course, has Amazon Prime. And people may know Prime in that you pay for a membership with Amazon Prime and allows you for free 2-day delivery. It's a wonderful benefit, wonderful feature. In terms of comparable, Zazzle has something a little different. They have what's called Zazzle Black. And there's 2 different versions. There's a standard, and then there's Zazzle Black 2-day. So Zazzle Black 2-day is $39.95 per year. And it gives you unlimited free 2-day shipping on all orders for qualifying products, unlimited free standard shipping on all orders of qualifying products, and access to exclusive sales and discounts that you wouldn't have if you weren't part of the Zazzle Black. There's also Zazzle Black Standard. It is less expensive. They call it their most popular plan. It is $9.95 per year, and it gives you unlimited free shipping on all orders of qualifying products, as well as access to their sales and discounts. And if you want to try out Zazzle Black, you can try it out for free, just like you could try out Amazon Prime for free. There's a 30-day trial. You can save on your order if you're making something today. So later in the show, we're going to set up an account for my wife, Tara, who's sitting here with me. You want to say hi? Hello. All right. And Tara, if you're familiar with the show so far, every week, although last week we didn't do this because there's an application process for fan print, and you need a special code if you want to get fast access. You got your code, right, Shawn? You set up on fan print this week?
Yeah, I have an account on fan print.
Yeah, and so there is an approval process. It takes 1 to 2 days typically, and once it's approved, then you get in. It's like Merch by Amazon. Also, comparing Merch by Amazon and Zazzle, Merch by Amazon has an approval process. They will make you wait for them to get into the program, and then once you're in the program, they have tiers. Zazzle, there's no tiers. You can upload like 1,000 shirts if you want, and there's also no approval process. So you can set it up for it today if you want to have a Zazzle.com account or Zazzle.ca account if you want. It's similar. So hopefully, Barry, that answers your question, and it's already marked as answered. Okay, Gallagher Sweeney asks, how do you keep traffic at your Zazzle store and not lose them to the marketplace? I have this problem with Cafe Press all the time. Well, so on Zazzle, I believe, let me just check. Sometimes I get them mixed up because I'm on a lot of different platforms, but I believe you can have different storefronts, and you can actually drive traffic to your storefront. Let me just confirm if this is the right one or not. Collections, links, orders, accounts, stores, yeah. So Zazzle, you have the ability to make your own store, and you can have more than one store. So for example, for me, I've got one store and I put a bunch of shirts on it. And then within a store, you can have collections. So not all of the pods allow you to have multiple stores. Zazzle does. And when you send traffic to your store, generally speaking, hopefully people will buy things within your store. I guess it's possible that they could click out of your store and go to other places. Interestingly enough, we've been looking at fan print all week because it's very interesting, and it does not allow you to click out of your store into somebody else's store. So if you're using fan print, you have a store, which you can also have multiple stores on, then you can basically keep all your traffic on your site. Sorry, I'm just clicking around here. I've lost our live stream. Here it is.
We're still here.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I see you now. All right, so hopefully that answers your question, Gallagher Sweeney. And we can mark that as answered live. Okay, Kristen R. asks, finding relevant tags for your designs. I'm currently using keywordsdudes.com. So good question. Finding relevant keywords for your designs is something that many sellers do differently. There is a product called merchinformer.com. Specifically, it's for Merch by Amazon, but it's a great tool for using to identify maybe underserviced keywords or opportunities for niches that are available. There should be a link, I think, in here. Shawn, do you have a link for the book as well?
Yeah, I'll post it into the chat.
Okay, so Shawn's going to post a link to that, guys. It is an affiliate link, so both Shawn and I receive money when you purchase the product, but there are over 1,000 niches that you can use for keywords included with the book. There's over 1,000 professions so places where people work. And then there's also over 1,000 time-based events. So in terms of finding relevant keywords for your designs, some people will make a design and then try to make keywords for them. Other people will find a market and then make designs for that market and use the keywords and the terminology that the market sort of tends to use. I recommend making designs for an existing market rather than making a design and then hoping to find a market you can market your designs to. That's my personal preference. In the book itself, and the reason I mention the book is because it answers that question quite a lot of different ways. There are multiple tools listed. So for example, I always like to mention this one because it's got a funny name. There's keywordshitterpro.com. And you can put in a keyword and choose which platform you want it to keyword for. So you can choose from different search engines like Amazon, not Amazon, wait, you can choose from Amazon, but you can choose from different platforms. For example, Google, Yahoo, Bing. You can choose from different platforms. So Amazon is one of the platforms you can choose on keywordshitterpro.com. You can also choose from, I think it's Weibo, some Chinese sites that I'm not as familiar with, but Baidu you can choose as well. So if you're targeting an international market, you might want to consider that for Zazzle because they do deliver worldwide, including China, India, Bangladesh. There's billions, literally billions of people living in each of those countries. In China's got over 1 billion people, India's got over 1 billion people you can deliver to them. So in terms of finding relevant tags for your designs or keywords, thanks, Jen. So there are lots of different ways to do that. Shawn, what do you recommend for keywords? Because this is applicable to all the pods and for Amazon in general.
Right. So let's just pause, and we're talking about, you know, we always talk about your book. Obviously, we're kind of expanding with these webinars on parts of your book. But you know, let's not talk about your book specifically here, but when somebody buys your book, they get a lot of bonuses that are kind of unadvertised bonuses that, in my opinion, are worth way more than the cost of the book. And it's something that I see in the Q&A right now, a few of the questions, and it's questions that I repeatedly am getting about merch. I'm not, you know, a real expert on merch. I'm kind of learning as we go on about print-on-demand sites. But I know what's important, and I know, you know, how to market products no matter where they are. And something that your book answers is how do we track, and I think there was a couple questions here, but how do we track our products, you know, across all these print-on-demand sites? You know, how do we remember, you know, if we have hundreds or, you know, thousands of people, have tens of, so when you have 10,000 of them, you want to make sure you have them on every print-on-demand site that you're trying to sell on. If it's one, you know, it's one thing, but if you want it on 3 or 5 or, you know, 10, or, you know, you could have your stuff probably on 20 different sites all at the same time. So what Jacob has done is he released, you know, a blank template for how he does it. So the first bonus that you get is you get a spreadsheet. And what we did was we took that spreadsheet and we removed the pods that we weren't interested in, because he has all the ones, I think that, is it all the ones that are in the book or all the ones that you're personally using?
So the one, when we uploaded it, there is a blank spot available for 10 different pods, the one that comes for free with the book. Yeah. And I've removed, obviously, my own designs in there, but each of the sheets is different. It's not like 10 sheets that are all the same and have a different pod across the bottom. Each one is designed to match the pod's information that you're in. So for example, when you click on the Sunfrog pod, it'll just show you the things that are relevant to Sunfrog, right? If you click on the Redbubble one, it shows you things that are only relevant to Redbubble. And they are different, right? Because some of the pods give you, for example, slots for only 3 keywords. Some of them allow you up to 30. Some of them give you unlimited.
Redbubble has 50.
Yeah, some of them have unlimited. Some of them, if you hit a comma or a space, it's going to give you a different keyword for each thing that has a comma or a space. So there's some tips and tricks in the book about how to get around that as well. Like for Sunfrog, if you copy it and then paste it in as one of your 3 keywords, you can actually have multi-word keywords. We talked about that in the webinar that we did, 4 weeks ago. So the bonus that you're talking about, and again, I don't really get in, we should be focusing on Zazzle, I think, but That particular one is interesting, and it gives you 10 different pods. The book itself covers more than 35, and there are like more than 50 that are out there. Not all of them are in the book because I didn't think all of them are really get enough traffic or volume to warrant being in the book. There's a few that I need to add in because they're either super new and they just weren't there, or they're things that I wasn't aware of at the time of writing the book, which was, it was written between November, December, January, February, and March, and then it came out in March. So yeah, and there's going to be some updates as well. It's on its 4th revision as well. But
right,
that file covers 10 pods.
Right. So the sheet covers 10 pods. You can add more to it. And we've removed the ones that, we're not interested in selling on. So what I did was I imported it, and this is, answering the question of, how to track all this. So we imported it into Google Sheets, and so we have a multi-step way where multiple people are working on each listing. So once we get, we do things a little differently. What really the best way would be to go and research your hot keywords. And I have the designers that I have that are actually like just designing for me. What they're doing is they're using sites like Google and Merch Informer to go to to research the hot keywords, and then they're designing from that. So then I take their designs, and I have one VA that does nothing but keyword research, title research, and so they research the titles and the keywords and the bullet points for merch and the description and all that, and then they fill in the spreadsheet. And that's why I moved it to Google Sheets, so we can have multiple people working on this. So I have one person doing I have one person who sends me the images. The next person is and we put a link to the image in the Google Sheet. Then we take my keyword research person. They're doing that research and they're filling in all the spaces. And then I have somebody else that's uploading. Now, obviously, you could be doing all that. You could research your own information and fill it in there. So if somehow it disappears, things disappear out of databases, things get deleted. If you ever need to upload that again, Merch deletes it. You can just, you'll have all that information there. And of course, you could make sure that you have it uploaded to all of your different platforms. So, that's the first thing. And as for research, we're using what Jacob just talked about, which is he has, I believe you have 2 different calendars, which is showing between them, I think there's over 1,000 different events going on.
Yeah, so there's over 1,300 professions, which is all on one sheet, which is in the niche file. And then the second page in the niche file, I think there's over 1,600 now. But there's definitely more than 1,300 time-based events. So that covers things like holidays, like National Cancer Awareness Month, so months, special dates like, what's a special date that would be there? Anxiety Month is May. Yeah. Different regular events like President's Day, things like that.
National Pie Day.
National Pie Day. There's 2 National Pie Days. One's for like the pie, the symbol, like 3.14, blah, blah, blah. And then the other one's like pies, like that you eat pies. So there's 2 different pie days in there. But there's time-based events. So that's how I like to describe it. Some of them are based on the calendar. Some of them are like the 3rd Tuesday of the month. Some of them are the month of whatever. And they're not all 100% American-based. So a lot of them are based in the US, but a lot of them are based in other countries as well. So there's religious holidays, there's ceremonial days, there's like solar events, like when's the solar equinox and when is the start of the seasons, that kind of thing. So altogether, there's definitely more than 1,000. I think there's more than 1,300 on that sheet, and then over 1,000 professions. So altogether, if you look at all the niches in the niche list, there's like more than, there's more than 2,500. Significantly, like hundreds more than that. So, and if you just did one design for each of them, you'd have like more than 2,500 designs.
Right. So that's where you start, how you track everything, and that's not even counting the book. So, you know, it's really, you know, great value. Let's get into Zazzle. If you're interested in, I mean, if you haven't gotten the book yet, I mean, it's, how much is the book?
That's $57 US.
$57. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And,
you know,
and for the price of 8 shirts, you can pay for the book. So if you sell 8 T-shirts on Amazon.com or through Merch by Amazon, it will pay for the book with the royalties that you make on it. There's another keyword. I was just looking at the book itself. I brought it up. So there's a keyword tool. There's a keyword planner tool. There's Merch Informer. The Google Keyword Planner. There's Keyword Shitter Pro. Both are .com. There's Helium 10. If you haven't heard of Helium 10, you should really consider checking it out. It's used, I think it's built for Amazon listings, but it is really good for researching keywords. Like, because it's meant for private label products, and the keywords for private label products and for T-shirts and things like that, they're very much a lot of overlap. So we've answered that question to death. What are the other questions here? How do you keep traffic at your Zazzle store and not lose it to other marketplaces? Okay, we answered that. With Zazzle, I was almost overwhelmed with exactly what to upload since there's so many products to print on. Maybe I just need to get started. I wasn't sure if the products start on Zazzle, honestly. Yeah, I mean, there's more than 1,000 products on Zazzle. We're going to get into it. We'll show you the actual how they break it down. So they're in broad categories. That kind of helps you out a little bit. What I like to do is upload the design first and then apply it to products that you want. With Zazzle, you have to pay up front for the items that you want to sell. So generally speaking, that's a good question. Generally speaking, on most of the pods, you upload a design, and there's no cost to sign up for the print-on-demand platforms. There's no monthly fee. There's no annual cost. There's no cost to design and upload a design. But there are some exceptions. And Zazzle has some exceptions. All the other pods we've had so far, no exceptions. There were some things that you could pay with GearBubble to connect your store to other platforms, right? So GearBubble, as you recall, you could connect to Amazon.com, you could connect that to eBay.com, you could connect it to a Shopify store, and there's some fee structures, multiple plans. That's GearBubble. With Zazzle, a whole new thing that's come up, something that I have not seen in any other pods. Some of the things like embroidery for hats, for shirts, for other items, they actually do charge you when you upload the design if it's not in the right file format, okay? So the reason for that is with embroidery is not like a vector graphic where you can resize it and change it. It's actual physical threads going through the material. And it takes up actual space. So it's measured in inches rather than pixels. So you have to think about it in terms of size. So maybe a 2 by 3 inch space. And when you upload a digital file that's in pixels, like a .png file or a Photoshop file or an Adobe Illustrator file, and you want it to be put into embroidery, they need to convert it into what's called a DST. The file acronym is DST, or an OFM file. And they charge you for the process of doing that. The reason I mentioned, not only because they asked in the question, but right now they've updated their embroidery section of the website. And the cost that they charge for that file is to convert it from a digital file, like your picture file, into the embroidery file. And normally they have a markup on it, but for 3 months, starting yesterday, so this is very, very extremely current. This just started yesterday. For the next 3 months, they're just doing it at cost. So they're not charging any markup on the cost to convert that. They actually take your file, they send it out to a third party that makes the conversion into an embroidery file. And then that embroidery file is used to embroider your garments, whether it's a hat or a shirt or the other items that they offer embroidered on. Not only that, but when I was looking into this, they are going to be coming out with new products that have not yet been released on Zazzle.com, and you can use those 3-dimensional embroidery files on the new products. I can't tell you what the products are yet because they haven't announced them publicly, but they're coming out with new products, and they'll be 3-dimensional products, and you can use your embroidery files. So there's the .dst or the .ofm files on the new products when they come out. Now, if you want to avoid the charge for the conversion, all you need to do is get them converted before you send them to Zazzle, and then they don't charge you anything. You just upload the embroidered file, there's no charge. So if you have the file already, again, it's a .dst file or a .ofm file, then and there's no cost to upload. So I think we answered that question pretty thoroughly. Can you put up a link to the keyword tool? Yeah, so I did that in the comments in the public chat. So I've got the keywordshitterpro.com keyword search tool, the Google Trends, Helium 10. There's a whole bunch of them there, so we can mark that as answered by text maybe, or answered live. Laura Fox asks, I'm not an Excel expert, but is there a way to put a photo into this sheet per item that you're selling? Yeah. So again, this is not really a Zazzle specific question, but this file, the Excel spreadsheet, if you want to see your designs, what I do is I put in, there's an actual column in there for the name of your file. So with most modern operating systems, both Mac and PC, you can take a file name and then bring up the search and do a computer-wide search. It'll search your whole computer for that file name. So there is actually a name for your file, so you can see the actual individual file that you're uploading across multiple platforms. And sometimes you'll have the same file uploaded more than once into a platform. So for example, with Merch by Amazon, if you upload and they only allow you 5 colors maximum, which again is another restriction that they have. And so if you wanted to do 10 different colors, you can upload the same design into 2 slots or 2 places, and on one have 5 colors, and then on the second one have another 5 colors. You're taking up 2 slots, but now you have 10 colors, right? Unlike most other platforms like TeePublic, for example, they give you 41 colors, and they're all available on every design for the base t-shirt. So it's different, right? So I think we answered that question. But yeah, you could put an image into Excel. So that's more of an Excel question, nothing to do with pods. But yeah, if you wanted to put your image into Excel, into the square, the cells, they do accept image files. So yes, you can do that. Okay, so that's all the questions. That's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions already. Let's just check the chat here. What's the name of the book? Okay, we answered that. So should we get into this, Shawn?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Let's do some Zazzle.
Let's do some screen sharing. I'm going to bring up my screen here, and we're going to, sorry, normally there's not so many questions right off the bat, so this is kind of fun. I like answering the questions. It's good. So we don't need to see the book. We'll minimize that. Zoom. Okay, perfect. So this is Zazzle. You can see the website. Can you see this Q&A box that I'm shaking around?
No. We can't see anything from Zoom.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Only you see that.
Okay, good. So I wasn't sure because it's kind of blocking it there. So official licensed merchandise for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 kind of pops off the screen there. That's new. So what we're going to do is, instead of going through and showing you all of the different pieces here, we're going to show you how to set up a brand new account. We do this, I think we've done this on all of them so far, right, Shawn?
Yes.
Yeah, so Tara, do you want to swivel your chair around here? We're going to set up a brand new account on Zazzle.com. We're going to kind of walk you through the different parts of it. We'll explain what's happening. This is just a brief overview. You don't really need a webinar for us to show you the screen, so you can go through and do that yourself. But I want to sign out, because I'm already automatically signed into my account, and then we want to sell. Oh my goodness, you're here, good. So before we create an account, I want to point out something. This is something unique to Zazzle that's different than the other pods that we've put on. On Zazzle, you don't have to be a seller. You don't have to sell your designs in order to get stuff made. So you can go onto Zazzle and you can just kind of browse around the different items that you have, and then you could make your own designs. They've got a font creator that you can make. So I don't know, let's just say art, right? So we click on art, and you've got all these different categories: posters, prints, wall treatments, decor, framed and finished art. Let's say you want to do some metal art, right? You click on that, and this is without an account. I've signed out right now, so I'm not signed in. You can see the different kinds of things. You can pick it by price range. You can have it by a different store if you want to pick something that somebody else has made. You can pick an item and customize it, right? So create your own metal art print here. So you can click on it, and then you can create your own, okay? So you can have the front, the back, you can have different sizes, you can add an image, you can add text. When you add text, the fonts in Zazzle are paid for. So they have the rights, commercial rights, to print all the fonts that are available. So sample thing, right? So we've got sample things here, and then you can go in and you can actually change, where is it? the fonts. So all of these fonts that are available, standard, picture, cups, cool fonts. So let's look at some cool fonts, you know, Anthology, Shotgun Ambulance fonts. Unlike some of the other places that we've had, they have a lot more fonts. And they've paid for all these fonts, so you can use them commercially on your designs. Hard rock fonts, right? So if you want to make your own designs, you know, you can drag them around, you can resample them, you can swerve them around, you can center them, just like some of the other pods. But Zazzle also has things like the grid lines. You can see exactly where the grid is. So if you want to have it maybe off sample like that. And then once you've got the design there, you put it on whatever you want. So in this case, we selected a metal art. So this is on a piece of metal. I don't know if it engraves it or if it prints it on there. I think it prints it on there. And just as an aside, I mean, because we're talking about metal prints that you can get done on Zazzle, something you can't do on Merch by Amazon or literally any of the other pods we've talked about so far. I went into Michael's this week. I was looking at some art supplies for Tara because she's into adult coloring. She loves that stuff. I saw a picture of a pineapple printed with screen printing onto a metal sheet, okay? And they were charging like $45 for this picture of a pineapple on a metal sheet. They called it artwork. Zazzle's not going to charge you that much for this, but let's say we've saved our charges. Okay, so sorry, they are, but that's Canadian dollars, right? You can go down and change your currencies. Shoot, Sean, I'm getting this mixed up with the other platform we're on. What was that on?
I'm not sure.
I get them mixed up sometimes. I'm on like 15 different platforms. Anyways, so it's $39.95. But it gives you a piece of metal art.
It's custom too.
It's a custom metal art. And you can have different sizes, right? So you can do 14 by 11, 12 by 12, 16 by 16. You know, look at all these different sizes they have. 36 by 24. We're talking a 3 feet by 2 feet piece of metal that they're going to print your design on and ship it to anywhere in the world for you, right? I mean, it's ridiculous, the things that you can do. You'll also notice here in red, they also have the discount codes. And once you've signed up as a seller on Zazzle, you're going to get these emails. This is the same for all the pods. They all have discounts. We've seen this. I haven't really talked about it on the other shows that we did this. We've had 4 other shows. I don't know if we missed this. If you sign up as a seller on any of the platforms, whether it's Zazzle, Redbubble, you know, Cafe Press, any of them, you're going to be on their seller email list, and you're going to get discount codes all the time. So if you have a regular client base and you know that they're going to order certain things, if you keep your eyes peeled for those emails when they roll in, they'll have 15% off, 20% off. I've seen 30, 40, 50% off, right? Buy one, get one free. You'll actually see this in Zazzle, and if you don't add the code, you don't get the discount. But these things, so Zaz Good Times just pops up. It's just random, just boom, it's there. But you'll get these emails, and some of them are really huge, right? Like here, up to 40% off gifts, 15% off site-wide. Use Zaz Good Times. Last day of CD deals. Okay, so it's going to change. There'll be multiple codes at the same time. There'll be one on the site here. If you go into your email, there might be a different code. Make sure when you're ordering your things, especially with Zazzle, that you're using a code, because almost 100% of the time, something's on sale. I haven't seen anything not on sale on Zazzle. So it's kind of like Michael's does that. The Michael's Craft Store, this stuff's always on sale. Zazzle does it. What's another store that does it all the time? Paddington's? Yeah, stuff's always on sale there. Anyways, so keep an eye out for this. But the reason I wanted to show you this is you don't have to be a seller on Zazzle to make these things. So if you're sending your clients to Zazzle, or if you have, maybe you're not interested in signing up as a pod on Zazzle, but you just want to make stuff, you can go on Zazzle and make stuff. And be aware that other people can do the same thing. So if you're going to be selling on Zazzle and driving traffic to Zazzle, keep in mind your buyers can go onto Zazzle themselves without a seller account and make up these things. But we're not talking about making stuff up on pods. We're talking about selling. So let's go into sell on here. Sell your art, sell your product, spread the word. Okay, so we're going to become a designer. Sell your own art online with Zazzle. We're going to set up an account for my wife, Tara. How a design program works. So again, we mentioned this at the very beginning. You upload your artwork, customer likes the design, and they buy it. They process the transaction, handle all the customer service. They print and ship your things to the customers, and then Zazzle sends you the payment for a percentage of the sales. Now keep in mind, what amounts can you make? With Amazon, it's sort of a fixed amount, but it's not a percentage, and it's not a fixed amount for everything. They charge you a percentage for the listing. I think it's 15%, and then they charge you an override for the thing. So for example, on a $20 shirt, you were getting $7.68. They upped the prices by about 50 cents or 49 cents roughly. So now you'd be getting, instead of $7.68, you're going to be getting, what's that, $7.28 or $7.29, basically, a little bit less. With Zazzle, you can take your base price, that's the cost of the item, you have your royalty percentage, and you can make just about any percentage you want. So it'd be like 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%, whatever. That gives you the retail price, and you keep a royalty percentage, anywhere between 5% and 99%. We were checking this out earlier on FanPrint today, Tara.
Yep.
And Shawn, there's no limit on FanPrint. So if you want to say something's $1 million for an iPhone case, just put $1 million on there. If somebody buys it, it's $1 million phone case. It pays a pretty huge commission. Okay, so they're very easy how to get started. It's free. Create a Zazzle account, open a designer store, pick your store name, create a design, post your design for sale, start making money. So let's do it. So we'll get started. Oh, you don't want to see that? So leave it.
So what you're saying is, instead of trying to sell a lot of different designs, we should just try and sell one shirt for $1 million a year?
On platforms that allow it. So Zazzle gives you up to 99% royalty. You can certainly try and charge a premium price for it, and some buyers will be no problem because they're not price sensitive. I hate to refer to the book again, but in the marketing chapter 5, there's 10 different reasons why people buy things, and price is only one of them. So if your buyer is one of those 9 other things and they don't care about price, yeah, if you want to charge $1 million for a cell phone case and maybe they're exclusive and they're a billionaire and $1 million doesn't matter to them, maybe they'll sell a phone case for $1 million. I know that there are $1 million cell phone cases that people actually buy. They're usually encrusted in gold or diamonds or something expensive to justify a portion of the cost, but it does occur. It is real. They don't have gold-covered, diamond-encrusted cell phone cases on Zazzle, though, unfortunately. Or FanPrint, for that matter, although they have trademark ones on both. So we're going to say it's our first time visiting on Zazzle, so we'll continue. I'm not going to sign in with that. Tara, what's the email address that you use?
Tara@themelody.com.
Tara, you didn't already create this, did you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
You want to type in your password here?
Yeah.
And there, guys, if you're just watching, if this is your first webinar, the reason we're showing you how to create an account, the reason we're setting one up for Tara here, is to give you an idea of how fast and how non-costly it is and how long the approval process is. And we've done this for, we did this for Redbubble, we did it for Sunfrog, we did it for Gear Bubble. Okay, Tara's put in her password there. So
Guess
this
what?
is,
I also applied for Amazon.
yeah,
Before you started these weekly seminars.
5 weeks ago, yeah.
And I've still not been accepted.
Okay, so she applied for merch by Amazon 5 weeks ago. Now, are you 13 years old or older? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there's a user agreement, privacy policy. I'm sure you read that before the show.
I read that and I fully agree.
Congratulations, your account's been set up. You are now logged in as Tara@themelaninc.com, guys.
So I'm now on 4 platforms.
Did you see how fast that was, Shawn?
I've seen it.
It's ridiculous. I hope that, how many people are watching this right now on this webinar thing? There's 24 participants, plus you and I.
Wow.
Okay, so 22 people. You can literally set up a Zazzle account right now. Why wait? Do it while you're watching it. Have us on one little window and set up your Zazzle account in the other. You need your email address, a password, and verify if you're over 13 years old or not. That's about it. Okay, open a Zazzle store. Your store is an artistic place on Zazzle. It used to showcase your design, build an entire community. Benefits, customizable, match your designs, your brands to you, of course. Store comment wall. So people can interact with you on this, similar that they can do that on Redbubble as well. People can have conversations with you. Fan club, fans are automatically updated when you add new products. Real-time reporting center. Did we mention the store is set up 100%? No strings attached, free. Okay, so you get a free website, guys. Unlimited design storage. So unlike some other platforms, I don't want to mention any names like Merch by Amazon, where you have tiers. There's no tiers, guys. If you have 1,000 designs, you want to upload them all tonight, I mean, go at it. See how many you can get done between now and when you fall asleep. Requirements. To open a Zazzle store, you need a valid email address. Use the Zazzle sign in. Okay, that's fine. We already have a valid email address. So do you want to go check your email to validate your email address? So Tara, do you want to show? Come here. No, just come over.
Right,
Tara's sick right now. She's going to show you how sick she looks. Come on over.
on screen.
Just for a second.
I want to see how sick you are.
Okay, Tara's sick.
Super sick.
I don't want to be sick though.
No.
Yeah, okay. So this is my wife, Tara. She's verifying her account with Zazzle on her cell phone.
Verifying.
Let me know when it's done, because this is a live webinar. We don't want to waste people's time.
I'm right here. I'm verifying it.
Okay. If you do not receive it, you can always request another email. But
No, I received it. I'm just trying to find out where to click here.
okay, while she's doing that, there's some questions in the Q&A. Gallagher Sweeney asks, how do you keep traffic at your store? Oh, we already answered that. Okay, then I'm going to say done. Can you pick up a link to the keyword tool? Yeah, we already answered that. And okay, so do you guys have any burning questions? Is there anything in the chat?
Okay, I verified my email.
Shawn, I can't see the chat right now. Is there anything in the chat?
No.
Okay, guys, this is a live webinar. So if you want to ask questions as we go, just ask a question in the Q&A or in the chat. There's a group chat and there's a panelist chat. You want to do have a private comment, you can like cheer us on or rip us to shreds. Either way, it's fun.
Okay, I think I verified it.
Okay, Tara has verified her email, so I'm gonna just hit refresh. So let's check your email still. Okay, well, you checked your email.
Oh, there it is. They send you a welcome email plus a validation email.
And what's that say?
Just here.
She's gonna read us the welcome email.
I'm just verifying so you can keep moving on there.
Well, I can't until you verify.
Well, that's so good.
Okay, she's verifying, guys. There's a verification email and there's a welcome email. 2 emails.
Okay. So I have verified.
Good.
Now whoa, that's a whole lot of email.
Okay.
Here's welcome to Zazzle. We're glad you're here. As a new email subscriber, you can expect new product and feature updates, exclusive email promotions.
Can you hear this, Shawn?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. I want to make sure the audio is okay.
Right here. What would I do?
Customization tips and tricks, account updates. There's a whole bunch of ways to get inspired. iPad cases, mugs, pillows, notebooks. Shop now. Shop, create, sell. There's lots of little links and stuff. It's a very nice little email.
Okay.
Done, so I verified.
You're good?
I validated, yep.
Okay.
Damn, it happened that fast.
It's that fast. So she's not only she's on that platform, she has verified the email, and they have a profile completeness. You do not have to complete your whole profile, but if you want to get paid, you have to add your payment information. We're not going to do that today because there's not enough time for that payment information. So you can tell us your name, you can upload a profile picture, you can like 20 products, you can create 5 collections, you get 10% of your profile complete for that. Customize a product, share a collection, or write 5 comments. You get percentages for profile complete. The more complete your profile is, the happier Zazzle gets. So let's do a product, Tara.
Yep.
There is no products right now.
Products are cool.
Yeah. So what you can do with Zazzle is, the first time I use it is a little bit confusing as to where you create things. You can just go up to here where it says create your own, okay? Create your own, it's right next to the logo, create your own, it's a different color. You click on this. What do you want to create, Shawn? What should we make today? Stickers, arts and crafts, skateboards, cases.
Make a shirt. Everybody's got shirt designs.
Okay, t-shirts. Okay, so we'll do a t-shirt, no problem. Custom t-shirts and shirts made to order. We can do women's shirts, kids shirts, men's shirts, baby toddler shirts. Any particular, you pick this, Shawn. Maybe people can put it in the comments.
Scroll back up. Let's do women's shirts.
Women's shirt, okay. So we're gonna do women's shirts. Now, remember, Merch by Amazon gives us men's, women's, and youth. They don't have that baby toddler stuff yet. And then the shirts, they have t-shirt. Okay, there's 2 kinds. There's Anvil and there's Bell on Canvas. Here we're on Zazzle. This is under women's t-shirts only. We have women's basic t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas, 3/4 shirts, women's American Apparel, fine jersey t-shirt, women's basic long sleeve t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas long sleeve t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas, flowy circle top. It sounds like you, Tara, flowy circle top.
Okay.
Women's Bella and canvas, slouchy boyfriend t-shirt, women's Hanes. Hanes is another manufacturer, if you're not familiar with the manufacturers. Women's Hanes Nano V-neck t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas ringer t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas favorite jersey t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas boxy crop t-shirt, women's Next Level is the brand, okay? Women's Next Level scoop neck t-shirt, women's Bella and canvas relaxed fit jersey t-shirt. There's a women's Sport Tech competitor shirt, t-shirt, competitions, I guess. Women's alternative apparel, again, that's the brand, alternative apparel, crew neck t-shirt. There's a women's canvas fitted burnout t-shirt. Women's Bella and canvas jersey v-neck t-shirt. Women's spiral tie-dye t-shirt. You want to do a tie-dye t-shirt?
Sure.
Okay. Women's football t-shirt. Hey, let's do a women's football t-shirt. That looks good. Women's Bella and canvas flowy off-shoulder shirt. Women's cyclone tie-dye t-shirt. Women's Champion double dry V-neck t-shirt. So this is the dry tech, you know, like the whisking away the moisture ones. And this is a Champion shirt. Champion's the brand. You might have heard of Champion before. Bella and canvas relaxed fit. What's that?
Champion.
Champion, yeah, it's a popular American brand, right? Women's camouflage t-shirt, in case you want to go hunting or just blend into things. The camouflage t-shirt. There's a white embroidered women's embroidered long sleeves t-shirt, white embroidered women's embroidered t-shirt basic, women's American Apparel organic t-shirt. Do you remember that question that was asked at the Scan Power conference in front of the live audience for the merch guys? They said, hey, does the merch by Amazon have organic t-shirts? Remember that, Shawn?
Yeah, I remember them talking about the organic. Organic ones because some people are allergic
That's
to
right.
non-organic cotton.
Special needs people need organic cotton. Yes, Zazzle has organic cotton, in case you're one of the people that are wondering that. So the point that I'm making here, the reason I read through these, there's 27 results for the type of shirt from Zazzle. For a women's t-shirt, this is only the women's category t-shirts. Doesn't include the men's shirts, doesn't include the youth shirts, doesn't include the baby toddler size, the onesies, 3-month, 6-month-old tops. This is just the women's shirts, 27 different shirts. Okay, so what did we say, Tara? We're gonna get you a tie-dye shirt? Or no, the football shirt.
Football.
Okay, so we're gonna create your own football shirt. Now, Shawn, there's a 50-50 chance here. We got to decide, do we want to make a shirt using the tools that Zazzle gives us, or do we want to upload a design for a design we have already?
Let's use the tool, show everybody how easy it is to do.
Okay, we alluded to the tool earlier, but basically you can add some text, okay? So, Tara, and people can, this is interactive, guys, it's a live show. So if somebody tells us in the comments what text you want us to add or special things or any requests or anything, let us know in the comments, in the chat, and we can do it. And if you're too slow, we're going to just make shit up. Or we're going to make things up. We're going to make things up.
Make shit up.
Okay. Let's just check the comments. What should we put in the text, guys? Best webinar ever, says Gallagher Sweeney. Thank you. Billy Fiducia says done. Okay, that's great.
What about done like dinner?
Done like dinner. Okay, so Tara suggests done like dinner, so we'll go with that. Done like dinner. So that's the text we're going to do. We'll check that box off. Boom, done like dinner. Now, as we alluded to earlier, Zazzle has commercial use fonts built into their system, kind of like a website out there. I think it's called, makemerch.com. There's a website that does that.
Yep, make-merch.com.
Make-merch.com. It's a wonderful website. I recommend it for anybody that's using Merch by Amazon. It's a great website. You should use it. I think there's a monthly fee. Do you know what the monthly fee is on that, Shawn?
Yeah, it's $20 a month.
It's about $20 a month. Something could change. I'm sure that could change. Or you could go on to Zazzle and use all these different fonts and things that are built in. So we have recently used fonts, standard fonts, picture fonts, like so these are images, picture fonts. Pretty interesting stuff. Like let's say we wanted a Wayscale. Fund fonts, Alphabet Soup, Ambulance, Shotgun, Anastasia, Annexology, Baby Doll, Bald, you know, Bad Comp, Big Limbo, Birth of a Hero, Black Cherry Moon. Okay, there's a lot of fonts here, guys. These are all categorized. These are all in alphabetical order, too. The Dirty Baker's Ink, Dirty Ego. Terry, you want to check these fonts out? This is your shirt, right? El Nino font, Epoxy History, Eyeballs font, Fear, Filth, Tinder.
It's the Finder up right above Freestyle. What's that one? No, down. Right above Freestyle IT.
Finer Uptown.
Yeah, try that.
Okay, Done Like Dinner.
Oh, maybe not.
No.
Try Freestyle.
Freestyle IT. Done Like Dinner.
I don't know.
It's kind of neat. It's kind of a stroke one. Gatekeeper, Guest Check, Guilty, Habitual Downer, Upper, Hard Rock. Oh, I like the Hard Rock one. That's nice. Done Like Dinner. So it's got actual like
Islander.
grunge. Islander.
Yeah.
Okay, so Terry goes with the Islander font, guys. Now, let's say we want to change the size. We can make it bigger. Fractions of a font here. It makes it bigger. We can drag it around. So you can drag it down. You want to make it bigger that way. You can rotate it. You can go sideways, side to side. Okay, this is all just using a regular desktop. No fancy, no Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator needed here. If you want to pay your monthly subscription, you're welcome to, but you could just do it on your browser. AV is your inter-character spacing. What's an inter-character spacing, Tara? Done Like Dinner. Now it's 3 lines. Kind of cool. Curved text. Okay, do you want to put it on a curve? You can do that.
No.
No. We can do flat. We can do up and down, right? If you wanted to do.
Oh dear.
I kind of lost this too big. Let me just make it smaller so I can see what I'm doing. All right, do you get the idea, guys? There's a lot of variation here. You can really done like dinner. See how it's top to bottom?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I mean, you have to be like a Photoshop expert to figure this stuff out. So you can do curve from the bottom up, done like dinner. That's kind of cool, like a smile. So, but Tara says she just wants flat text, so that's fine.
Yep.
We'll go there. Now, I'm not sure if it's centered, so I'll click center. I can align to the left, align to the right, center align. You know, and there's a preview here as well. If in case you're missing it, I can say, okay, a little bit up here. This is a women's shirt, so we want to be maybe up or down, not in the middle part there. Don't want it on the belly. Where would that go? Right on it?
Yeah.
I feel awkward looking at the preview image. Okay, so
You're adorable.
tiles. We want to tile it.
No.
You can have it done like dinner all over the place.
No.
No. Half back.
Niet.
No. Half drop.
Niet.
No. Mirror.
Niet.
You sure you don't want it like mirrored? Okay, we'll
Done-
do basic.
Done
Just
right
one after the
dinner.
other.
Done right dinner.
Okay, so the reason I point out the tile one, guys, is if you have a little pattern. Let's say you have a small image like a pineapple, or what would be another good one like that? A little
Cat.
a cherry or a cat or a little small icon or something. You can use those tilings across any of the things, not just shirts, guys. You can put it on cell phone cases, skateboards, you know, bath sheets, shower curtains. There's all kinds of stuff you can use here.
If you could hand draw a skull, you could do pattern skulls on that.
Yeah, you can hand draw your own images and then upload them. There's information in a book about how to convert a hand-drawn image into a vector. So not to mention the book again, but I kind of addicted to it.
Mention your book. You're okay.
All right. We can lock objects. We can make objects permanent or always visible. Make this a template object. Okay. What else? We can rotate it. So if we want to like dial in the rotation, I want to see a 11% rotation, right? 12% rotation. This is for the engineers in the crowd. It's not enough to just grab it and rotate it around. What else? We can scale it so we can go zoom in, zoom out. What do you think on that football shirt, Tara? Is that position correct?
Yep, it is.
Like dinner, you want it bigger? You're happy with the font?
I'm happy with that, yep.
Okay, you want that in the front or the back? Front pocket?
No, just the front.
See what I did there? I hit front pocket, went up to the front pocket design.
Just the front.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Takes a minute to update. You want an image with that? You want anything on the back?
No.
You sure?
I just want to put Yo Mama.
You put Yo Mama on the back?
Yo Mama. Yo Mama's not
Okay, we're gonna put Yo Mama. I think Yo Mama might. You know what? We can't do that because Yo Mama's
oh yeah, it's trademarked.
Trademarked.
I'm also
Trademark alert. If you're watching for the first time, you always want to check for your phrases. Make sure they're trademark alert. I recommend trademarkia.com. So it's trademarkia.com. Shawn, anything on the back for this shirt?
No.
Anything in the comments? People want some text in the back. I don't see any comments, any questions. I'm totally new to this. What does the price on the shirts mean? Do I buy a specific amount? Good, Bob, we're gonna answer that question in a minute here. We're gonna say nothing on the back. We just got a front text.
Yep.
Let's move it along, guys. So we'll say we're done with our design. So now we've designed the shirt.
Oh, that looks cool.
Doesn't it look cool?
I like that.
Yeah, there's different pictures. I mean, if you want the picture up close, you want to look at the back,
That
the
really
front.
is on the chestal area, hey?
It really is right on the
Should we move it up,
chest
maybe?
edge area. That's why there's a preview.
I'm deliriously sick right now, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So let's move it up.
And that's with nobody there. You just want to see a shirt with nobody wearing it.
Oh.
I mean, you want to go back and edit it?
Yeah, I go back and just move it up.
Okay, we just click on edit, guys, so we can move it. You want it up or down?
Up.
Up a bit?
Yeah, that's great.
I feel like this preview person has a lot of frontage area, but
It's
we're
okay.
not going to get into that.
That's fine. We'll just go there, and that's good enough for tonight.
All right.
This is
Now,
an example.
you can select sizes, guys. So they have small, medium, large, extra large, 2 times extra large. I want to note, depending on the type of shirt, you'll have different sizes. I've seen on Zazzle go up to 6XL, 5XL, XL, 4XL, 3XL, 2XL, small, extra small. We're talking about women's adult shirts. So on this particular one, the women's football shirt, small, medium, large, extra large, 2 times extra large. And they charge $3 extra for the 2 times extra large. The fat tax, I hate that one. So we're gonna have no size, okay? Then we've got the colors. So you got heather gray, hot pink, navy blue, red, royal blue,
Hot pink.
smoke gray. I think the pink looks good.
Yeah, let's do hot pink.
Does it get better than the red?
I do.
Okay.
I don't like red.
So we're going to hot pink football t-shirt, guys. If you want to see details, you can always click on the details. They have like a bigger swatch. You can see them with the name of the colors. Heather gray is $5 less. So you can see the price changes automatically. With the heather gray, it's $24.95. Hot pink, $29.95.
Deal. $29.95.
You like that?
Yep.
Okay. You want to zoom in at all?
No.
Not too bad. So you can zoom in. You can check out your model here. Again, front, back, side, detail, the neck detail. You can see the stitching. You cannot do this on other platforms. You can't see the stitching on Redbubble, okay? But you can see the stitching on Zazzle. Shawn, take a look at the stitching detail here. Double stitched. Beautiful, right?
That's
Detail.
the detail.
That is some sweet detail, guys. You just can't get this. I mean, we just made a shirt like this with the piping, double piping.
Yeah, I know we
Must
did
have been a
that.
football shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, you can even watch a video. So there's our model moving around in the shirt with a fan blowing in her hair, moving her hair around, seeing how the shirt fits and moves, okay? So you can see this kind of stuff on Zazzle. They tried to go the extra mile and show you everything. All right, so we are gonna, instead of editing it, we're happy how it looks. You're happy with everything there?
I'm so happy.
If you want, you can share it. So you got email, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter. You can have a link. You can click on more. You can do Google Plus. What's this one? Tumblr or Wanaloo. Are you on Wanaloo, Shawn?
I don't know what that means.
I've never heard of that either. That must be one of those international markets. I'm going to take a note myself because I am not on Wanaloo. Wanaloo. You know, sometimes when we're doing the demos, sometimes we'll pick up new things. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to click on Sell It. And we have sent an email to Tara@themelanic.com with a link to validate your address. I thought you already did that. Do you want to validate it again?
Okay.
Doesn't sound like it's been validated, honey. She's just validating her account again, make sure it's there.
I understand.
Okay, but that's the process, guys. So if you want to sell it, now you've got this t-shirt, you can apply it to a collection or to a storefront. Maybe you haven't started up a store yet. So let's set up a store. So we're going to open a new store for Tara. Open a new store, your stores of artistic presence, showcase your designs, build an online community, place and share your creativity, customizable, match your designs to your brand, to you, your store, comment wall, you have a fan club, real-time reporting center. It's 100% no strings attached. Okay, so let's set up your store. It says we have sent an email to tara@themelaninc.com with a link to validate your address.
I'm doing that. I've done it twice.
Maybe I need to sign out. Okay, I'm going to sign out.
Because I've done this twice now.
And then we're going to go ahead and sign out, Tom. Okay, now we're going to sign in. Oh, we don't want that. We want Tara. Okay, type in your password. Here you go.
Congratulations, you've succeeded. You can look.
I believe it. Let's see this. Guys, she has successfully verified. It's right there on the phone. So we're signing out and signing in. This is the kind of live technical difficulties that you don't get in any other webinars unless they have these kind of technical difficulties. We're signing in with the email. You can also sign in with your Facebook account. That works too. Yeah, let's save that. Okay, we want to go to your store. So she's got her t-shirt there for sale. We want to open a new store.
So I have to say, as a newbie, because you, Mr. Topping, are quite the pro.
I've done a lot of these stores on Zazzle.
But your wifers is a newbie, especially with designs. And I appreciate that on the website, I have lots of text-based design ideas that are not, no, I don't look good enough to be on camera. No.
Just sit up and talk to the people.
Come on.
It's okay.
Okay. No.
Just talk to me.
No, I'm shy. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. Wifers is sick this
So what's your comment?
But I appreciate that it's all text-based. And so
it can be text-based.
It can be.
You can do images too.
You can do images too, but until I get to the point where I have money for a designer or I can create my own designs, right now, right off the hop, I can upload my own designs. My own text-based. It's all there. I don't have to worry about fonts and having the right to use them.
Software.
It's all right there. And it's that was easy to use. That's awesome.
Okay, so you hear that from a newbie. Tara is our test newbie. Okay, so we set up these accounts. She has feedbacks for us.
I have read the book, but I'm considered a newbie.
Well, no, you've got a ton of information. I don't show people how to set up an account for every single account, guys.
That's correct.
If we went through the book and showed you how to do all of these setups, the book would be like 1,000 pages long. It's huge.
Too much.
Okay, give us a store name, Tara. What's the other one you
Mama's
used?
Merch.
Mama's Merch.
Mm-hmm.
So Mama's Merch, and I'm using an apostrophe there. I am not a robot. You want to check that off? Oh, not available.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. How about Mama's Merch without the apostrophe? Has some of our viewers been creating these? We can't move forward until you pick the errors below. What's the errors? Only letters, numbers, underscore are allowed in store name. It must be between 6 and 20 characters long. Oh, okay. You know what? Mama's Merch.
Whew.
Okay.
Whew.
So you get that, guys? No spaces. Mama's-Merch is available. That's good. We're going to create that store for Tara. Okay, you got a tagline for your store?
No, I'm not creative tonight. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not creative tonight?
No, come on.
Okay, so you can have a tagline if you want. Tell people about a little about your store. How did you get started, and what is the story?
Babe. I'm so tired.
Oh, babe, I'm so tired. We can put it. Listen, guys, there's no pressure. If you want to create a store and leave this blank, you can go fill it in later.
I will fill that in later, guys.
Okay, so this is a place for a tagline. You can tell people about your store, about yourself. You can put in a store banner. Okay, you can have your own image that you upload. You can select an image here. You can pick that off of Instagram. You can connect your Zazzle store to your Instagram account to Google Drive. You can go on your computer, you load new images in there and have them to select from. You can tag your store. So if you want to have, I'm going to say family-friendly designs. Any other tags, Sarah? Wholesome designs. What else? What was the name of your shirt? Done like dinner. So maybe some recipes. Recipe. I can't spell recipe very well. There we go. Add a tag. Now, do you have a custom URL website that you want?
No.
No. Or if you had a custom URL, you can put it there. Location. You want people to know where you are?
No.
You can. City, state, province, region.
Tuck.
How about Canada? Do you want to say Canada?
I'm in tuck.
I'm going to say you're in Canada, okay?
Canada.
All right. So guys, optional. I don't believe you have to fill out all of this. It's not going to. Do you want a private store?
No.
No. Okay, why didn't I submit? Hold on, another technical difficulty. Tara, I need you back here. We're trying to create your store. This is a live webinar. We got to keep it real here.
I'm so real.
Okay, I've submitted this. Add an image. Okay, it needs you to have an image. So let's upload a new image. Drag and drop. We're going to go into our images, documents. Merch by Amazon, designs. What should we do here? One of our designers, Merch Candy, Charlie Pangus, Jacob Custom, Design Pickle. Let's go to Design Pickle. May 14th. What's been going on here? I forgot I could put that one on. That's not family friendly. Oh, okay. All right. We're not going to do that one.
What do you need a design for?
It's for your store image. It's asking for a design. Takes two to make a day go right. Let's use that.
Sure, that works for now. We'll take it
Let's
down
throw it in
later.
there. Okay, we have image does not meet the requirements. Image re-upload. It must be less than 3,000 by 3,000 pixels. Oh, well, good luck. All my images are huge.
Okay, here, I'll quickly make one on my phone.
Zazzle is adding some embarrassment factor right here.
I tell you what, why don't you answer some questions, go back to your chat, and I'll quickly make an image. Okay?
All right. Our host is left. We don't have an image. All right. Participants. We have the Q&As. I am totally new to this. What does the price on the shirts mean? Do I have to buy a specific amount? Okay, Bob Rowe asks, what does the price on the shirt mean? The price on the shirt that you see when you're creating a design on Zazzle is the price that is sold retail. When you make your own shirt, it will also show you a designer price. That's the price you pay, or the retail price, which is the price everybody else pays. Do you have to buy a specific amount? No. With all of the print-on-demand sites, including Zazzle, there's no specific amount that you have to make. You could order a single shirt. You could order 0 shirts. You could sell a shirt and just leave it up there. There's no cost to upload the design, so we don't have to do that. And there's no amount that you have to buy. If you wanted to do 1 shirt, you can. If you want to do 0 shirts, no problem. 10 shirts, 1,000 shirts, there's no minimum.
I sent you an image.
Okay, perfect. Gallagher Sweeney asks, any integration with sales platforms, drop shipping options? I have not seen integration with Zazzle into other platforms yet. Drop shipping options, no. I mean, if somebody orders from you, let's say they order on Amazon and you want to list that design up on Amazon and then offer it through Zazzle, you can do it merchant fulfilled, and when somebody orders it, you make the order on Zazzle and have it shipped to your client. So that's kind of like a traditional drop shipping. It's not fully integrated. But if you want to fully integrate, we've got Gear Bubble for that, or we've got Teespring does that, although they're on pause right now. You can also do it through Shopify. Shopify covers like what, Custom Cat, T-Launch, Scalable Press, Printful. There's a whole bunch of different platforms. They're all mentioned in the book. Any idea how long it takes from the time of sale until shipping? Good question, Laura Fox. It depends on the item. So for example, with embroidery, to get that design make, it takes 24 to 48 hours to get the design file back, and then from there they make the shirt. Typically, the shirts, what I've found in my experience has been that they'll make them within 3 business days on Zazzle. I believe they can do it faster than that because they do have a 2-day shipping option, which we talked about earlier in the webinar. That is the Zazzle Black. so the Zazzle Black Premium option does give you 2-day free shipping for unlimited orders throughout the year for $39.95. So it depends on the item, and they will give you an estimated making time and a shipping time and delivery time when you make the order itself. So we're not going to order any shirts on the live on the webinar here, but when you place an order or when your customer places an order, it does give you an estimated ship date. And from my experience for Zazzle, they have been able to ship on time for those designs, and they do ship around the same dates that they say they were to. So we'll make those 3 as live. And Terry, you said you created an image, right?
Mm-hmm. I put it in your messenger for you.
And my messenger, okay. Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, as long as we just have a number of things here. I'll forward it on to, well, I don't want to forward it. So Richard, we needed an image that was smaller than the one that we have. So Tara made up an image on your phone. How did you make that on your phone so fast, honey?
I used
You used some kind of mobile solution?
Yeah, I used
Got like 600 apps installed on our phone. Come on.
Yeah. What did you use?
Assembly.
She used Assembly, guys. Here at the Topping household, there are many apps. Assembly is one of them. Why is this opening? I just want to give me the picture.
Can I send it to you a different way?
Save link. I don't want to save the link with the link address. I want the picture. There it is. Oh, no. Forward. Download. So clearly, I'm not as proficient in Facebook Messenger on desktop as other things. So I'm going to put this on my desktop because I can see there's a nice little spot right there. Boom. All right, so it's on my desktop. We'll get rid of this. We'll get back onto our Zazzle here. All right, add an image, upload an image. We'll go straight to the desktop. Mama's merch, good. And what's the size of this thing?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't tell us. Image resolution is too low.
Are you serious?
Okay, so for anybody that's watching the live webinar, if you upload an image for your storefront in Zazzle, it has to be smaller than 3,000 by 3,000 pixels and larger than 1,140 by 315 pixels. So do you want to give me a 1,200 by 400 pixel image? You can do it in over. There.
Yeah.
We're just doing some on-the-fly designing here, Shawn.
Do you need to answer, or do you need to stay on
We've
this?
answered all the questions.
Okay.
Maybe it's in your book, but if you wanted to hire an assistant to upload designs to Zazzle or on all these platforms, how much are you paying VAs? Any tips on using VAs for getting going with Zazzle? So I'm going to answer part of this question. I'm going to get Shawn to answer the other part. So number one, yes, there is a ton of information about virtual assistants in the book. There's a whole chapter on outsourcing. It's chapter 7. And Shawn Mayo is probably one of the people who uses VAs more than anybody that I know. So Shawn, you want to talk about pricing on VAs or tips?
Sure. Well, first of all, I don't know if you mentioned them in your book, but if not, you should definitely talk to Nathan from Free Up, and they have an amazing product. And what they do is, in the past, we used sites like Upwork and Elance and all of them, and we would make a post and, a job posting, and we get 100 to 200 people that respond to every one of them. We have to sort through them, interview several. I would hire, 2 or 3 or 4 of them for one job and say we're testing all of them and see how they do. Personally, it was a nightmare. I didn't want to spend that much time. So, Free Up is actually it's run by a friend of mine here in Florida named Nathan Hirsch. And what he does is he recruits VAs, he tests them, he, checks all of their work. He gets people who are trained in certain things. Of course, uploading to Zazzle isn't going to be something they're trained in, but, working with spreadsheets and specific jobs on, Amazon if you're an FBA seller, and, all these kind of things, he has people who are trained for. So if I say, I need, and this is what I did. So I have somebody that does research now, and I sent a message to Nathan since I already have an account with him, and I said, hey Nathan, I need somebody who has some experience with product and keyword research. And I explained exactly what they'd be doing. I have a spreadsheet with links to images that I'm going to be uploading to print-on-demand sites, and I need somebody who can look at that image and research a title and description and keywords and bullet points, which is just extra descriptions. So he sent somebody to me, within 2 or 3 minutes. He had introduced me to them on Facebook, and I spoke to them, and they seemed to, kind of know, within the same range. They had never done anything for print on demand, but they'd done product research for Amazon sellers and writing the descriptions and all that, basically the same thing. So I gave him access to my spreadsheet, and, it was a sample spreadsheet with 10 things, and he went and wrote amazing, titles and descriptions, and I'm very happy with him. So now he's working, part-time. I obviously don't need somebody to do that 40 hours a week. Hopefully at some point in the future I will, but it was that easy, as opposed to a multiple week product. So now, realistically, I think the minimum is $4 on Upwork. Now they keep raising their minimum wage. There used to be no minimum wage. So I believe it's $4, could be $3 or $4. You get what you pay for. With FreeUp, his minimum is $5. So what he does is he offers distance, remote workers for $5 to $50 an hour. So I have, workers from him for $5 an hour. I have several workers from him for $50 an hour. They're Americans. They're marketing geniuses, programming, people that I obviously don't hire full time. I use them for a few hours a week for these kind of jobs. You're going to be paying $5 an hour basically. It'll be very simple uploading, product research, all of those things. He even has people who can create designs for you. You can probably, but they only do by the hour. So, for me, it hasn't worked out because, we have several designers now who can give us, hiring somebody by the hour to do that just has never worked out for us. It seems like the rate per shirt is just a lot higher paying by the hour than by the job. But for the product research, for the uploading, it's working amazingly well, and we have different people. Now for that job, the person I hired, I'm paying them $7 an hour. So, for product research is a little bit more complicated than the uploading part. Uploading, here's what we did. And for every VA I've hired, either if it was for FreeUp or before I knew about FreeUp on things like Upwork or Elance or whatever it is, onlinejobs.ph, there's a ton of them out there. This is what we do. I go, what I would suggest you do, if you've ever watched any of my YouTube videos, you've seen any screen sharing, I use Screencast-O-Matic. I can put that into the chat. It's free. There is a paid version where you can actually download a piece of software onto your computer that makes things a little easier, and it's like $15 a year, and I believe you can make extended videos. But you can get the free version. It's Screencast-O-Matic.com. You can do that. It'll record your screen. You can select the area of the screen, and you can narrate it as you go. So that's what I do. If I wanted to show you how to create listings on Zazzle, I would load Screencast-O-Matic, hit record, and then go through the whole process, and then I would send them that unlisted video. And it'll upload right to YouTube, or they have their own video player where you can just send links to somebody. So you send them that link, and that's great for people who don't speak English, because.
Now, you're on a PC, right?
I am on a PC right now, but I also have Macs. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have a Mac version. I think they do. There's lots of screen recorders out there. So if
what I was going to say is On the Mac, there's the QuickTime Pro is built into every Mac. It ships with every Macintosh computer, so it's built right in. You don't need to download it or anything. And all you do is you go to open it up and then record screen, and you can do it with audio or without. And you just select the area of the screen that you want to record, or you can do the whole thing if you want. And then you just hit stop, and it saves it as a QuickTime video. So if you're on a Mac, it's built into the computer. If you're on a PC, you can use Screencast-O-Matic. There's also the Windows Media Player that allows screen capture built into a PC. So there's a couple different options there.
Right.
And in a different, with Freed Up, we want to mention there's 3 E's in Freed Up, right?
Yes. So you can go to, I actually made a shortcut on for people who don't remember that. So you can go to freeup with 3 E's .ShawnMayo.com, or just go to freeup with 2 E's .ShawnMayo.com. It'll send you the same place.
Can you put a link to that in the chat so people can?
Yep. Just put that in the chat. We'll send this all out with the replay as well. But you know, go there. You mentioned me. He's going to give you, I believe, 50 cents an hour off your first VA forever. One of the good things about him is you can interview for a while without, you know, and ask them whatever you want without having to pay. You know, he'll hook you up with them. You can interview them. If they don't work out, you won't have to pay. If you hired somebody, no matter how long they work for you, if any of your VAs ever quit, you know, not you firing them, but they quit on their own, he's going to pay for the first 2 hours of you training. Or, you know, if it's like in-depth training that you've done, he'll even go that extra mile and maybe pay for a little bit extra. And, you know, that's going to be coming out of his pocket. So he's going, you know, he has that where if some reason they drop off the map or whatever, he's going to pay part of the retraining process. And the reason I say to use Screencast-O-Matic is because, you know, when you have to retrain somebody, you already have those videos made. You just send the same video you sent to the first person to them, and they can watch them. And since they don't speak, you know, a lot of them, the ones from FreeUp, they speak great English. But that's one of the requirements, that they can speak English, that they can communicate with you, that you can talk to them on the phone or video chat, and you can talk to each other. You know, he has language tests that he makes sure that they can all understand you. And most of them will work on your time as well. A lot of my VAs, I don't need to do, you know, it's not like you're doing customer support or dealing with customers. They can do it, you know, I tell them they can work on whatever time. As long as the work gets done, I'm happy. But some jobs, you know, you need them to be awake at the same time as you are. If you're on Eastern time right now, I believe they're 14 hours ahead of you. You know, so if it's 10 p.m. here, it's noon there. So like when you're going to bed, they're getting up, you know, it kind of gets complicated sometimes, but he'll have them work, you know, he'll get you somebody that works on the hours that you need. If they quit, he'll pay for part of the training to replace them. He's going to give you a discount, you know, to try his service out. He's really going that extra mile, you know, to get people like us, people who are Amazon sellers and entrepreneurs. He sold over $10 million on Amazon. That's how he got into this business, by having, you know, literally dozens of VAs working for him and still running his business. So, you know, he kind of just extended that into recruiting more. So, you know, he's out to help people that are selling on Amazon, doing network marketing, doing, you know, everything we're doing, selling on merch, selling, you know, FBA to make our jobs easier. So, and he's doing, you know, most of the training. He has, if you're selling on Amazon, he has people who can, you know, be responding to cases, you know, researching keywords, creating listings. He has people that's already trained to do that. So you say, I need somebody to create listings. He has somebody there. You don't even have to, you know, be training them most of that stuff. Now, if it's a specific tool like tactical arbitrage or whatever, you know, specific like programs for Amazon, of course you have to train those people yourself. But if you know how to do it, you create a video. Here's how to upload to Zazzle. Here's how to upload, you know, here you use the spreadsheet that Jacob gives you in his book, and, you know, you fill that in and let them just copy and paste out of there and upload it. You can do however many you get, 5, 10, 100 a day. All you have to do is get the information into that spreadsheet and let them copy and paste and do all the, all the minimum wage work.
Yeah, so that was a very thorough answer, Shawn. Appreciate that. There's also, have you ever used onlinejobs.ph?
Yeah, that's one of the things I just mentioned. But
okay,
yeah, I mean, they're all the same.
Yeah.
You have to interview them. You have to, figure out who you want to hire. And that's why I like FreeUp, because they do all of that long, monotonous part for you.
Yeah. So to answer that another way as well, there's a whole chapter on outsourcing, guys. I'm going to just skim through it so you can see the amount of content here. We talk about how to outsource your niche, your design research, design creation, managing, requesting, making designs from your teams, uploading the designs across your pods, and marketing your listings. We talk about services you can get, like Shawn has mentioned, things like Design Pickle, where you can get designs made for you. Brand Strong is another thing, sort of like Design Pickle. Merch Candy, which is kind of like a la carte, so you can have designs pick from them. Pre-made designs. You can design your own VAs. So again, it's the exact same process that Shawn has mentioned here as well. There's multiple sites on where to find them, how to train them, both for Windows and Mac, about exactly how to use the screen capture devices that are built into your computers, regardless of your platform. It's right in the book, with videos explaining exactly how to do it. You can have your VAs upload all your content to your pods. There's outsourcing. And then, of course, for marketing your designs, we actually get into artificial intelligence in the book. So how to use artificial intelligence to make marketing for you, both on Facebook and Instagram and email, with multiple options, both free and paid options. It's all mentioned in the book as well. But Freed Up, there's a link, freeup.shawnmayo.com.
Right. Now, one thing I want to mention, FreeUp isn't perfect for everything. So like I said, if you don't want, if you want to have somebody to design shirts for you, I don't think FreeUp is the perfect option for that. They only charge by the hour. So you can't, so if I wanted to have a piece of software program, I may not want to pay somebody by the hour. If I want to have, let's say, a website, created, I might not want to pay by the hour. If I want to have, T-shirts designed, you may want to pay by the design. Like, I'm going to pay you $5 per completed design that, meets my criteria, or $10 or $100 or whatever it is. I want to pay by the completed design. If you work 4 hours on it, I don't want to pay you, $12 an hour times 4 hours for $48. I want to give you $10 for the completed design. So, those things don't fit. And I haven't hired a designer for, for images, for merch, or anything else through them because of that reason, because of the time that they've told me it takes, just doesn't meet what I'm paying people, paying by the item. So, there are things that I would hire from, and have hired recently, from other platforms. So I'm not saying, every single job, but the jobs we were talking about, you definitely need, I would highly suggest you go with FreeUp. And if nothing else, go there, set up an account, talk to them. And, if you need something at some point, you'll already have that relationship built.
Any tips on how to incentivize your VAs to do the best work?
No, absolutely not. I mean, there's really no reason to do that, in my opinion. They're employees, and they should want to do a good job, just because they're a part of your team in your company. And I treat them like I treat any other employee. So they're an employee in my company. If they live here in America, if I see them, if I've ever met them, it doesn't matter. We're all part of the same team. And if they don't want to act like they're a member of that team, then I'm more than happy to hire somebody else to do it. I really don't think you should incentivize people. Now, we do follow for all of our, they call it a 13th month's bonus, and it's basically equal in the Philippines, equal to one month of pay. So, we do pay them. We pay them bonuses at the end of the year. We pay our real employees bonuses, So it's no different, but in the Philippines, that's how it works. There's no, bonuses or, a ton of whatever. And it's mostly a Catholic type of country. So, they're going to have a big celebration for Easter. They're going to want, days off for Easter. Everything else that goes along with that religion, we go for. But, as long as everybody, gets everything done that they need to, none of that's been a problem. So, with Free Up, I have one VA that is like the most amazing VA I've ever hired. So
and you've seen a lot of VAs, so that's meaningful.
So yeah, she's amazing. I pay her $6 an hour. She has a very handicapped child that goes to the hospital and is in intensive care like multiple times, this year. But she always gets her work done. I mean, she takes her computer to the hospital and she'll sit with the kid at the hospital all day, but she still gets her work done. Now, I hired her. I just started with Free Up at the very end of last year. I mean, that's really when they came into this market. They're still a pretty new company. So she was the only one I gave a bonus to. I gave her a $100 bonus, which, she had just started in the middle of December. So, of course, if you don't work the whole year, you don't get a whole month bonus is how it works. If you worked half the year, you'd get half a month. And, that's kind of what they expect. And I'm not sure what Free Up's like, if they have a policy on that as far as bonuses or whatever, but I felt that's what we should have done. I'm not sure even what I gave her. I think it was $100 or $200.
I think the key takeaway is treat your employees like employees, be fair, and, if they like working for you, they're going to do great work. So, they're human beings, right?
Right. So, in the end, I pay, I treat all employees like they're my employees. It doesn't matter if they're in the Philippines. It doesn't matter if they make $3 or $4 or $5. I pay what the going rate is. I'm not saying, oh, I hired somebody from the Philippines, so I can get away with only paying them a quarter or a third. I pay them what their, standard wage is there. I mean, it's more than, a lot of people make $150 to $200 a month, like building houses and like full-time maids. I mean, they're doing computer work, which doesn't like negate what they're doing, but I'm giving them, I give them what their wage is. Paying somebody $30 an hour in the Philippines when they only make 4 times that, a month, would just be, ridiculous. But if I say, that's the living wage here, that's what.
I mean, it'd be like saying, hey, you can hire somebody in the U.S. for $30 an hour, but you might want to pay them $120 an hour. You got to
so, I don't put, what I think based on, what they get. I pay them, what they should be getting. So, those kind of arguments don't make sense to me. So, I pay them what they should get. I treat them like my employees. And if they don't want, to be part of my team, then, obviously we're always growing and there's going to be more work and more stuff and more, and at some point I'll have 100, VAs, and I'll have VAs who, are managing my VAs. So, there's always going to be more work. And if they help you grow your business, you're going to need more VAs. You're going to, continue to grow. You're not going to get, 10 designs up on Merch or Zazzle and say, oh, I'm done. I only want to sell 10 designs. When you get 10, you're going to want 100. And when you get 100, you're going to want 1,000. And then
you're always going to want to have more designs.
There's always going to be, room to grow. And if they're helping your business by helping you grow, if they do mediocre work, you fire them. If you hire somebody here and they do mediocre work, you fire them. And that's one of the best things about Free Up. I have had a couple that didn't work out, and I knew that like within the first couple hours. We just didn't like jive. So I'm sure they did good work for other people, but I didn't have to fire them. I didn't have to like go in and delete their thing and they send me a message, what happened. And, I told Nathan, I said, hey, this person isn't working out. Can you find me someone else? 2 minutes later, I had somebody else, and they, said, well, you're not on this job anymore, and I never had to deal with it. again. So if you're afraid to fire people or don't want to deal with that, it's more like you're paying FreeUp as a service, that provides hours of, work for you, as opposed to hiring somebody on Upwork where you're hiring them as an employee. So they're part of the FreeUp team. They act like it. They act like they're part of your team. Everybody works together. It's just another service that I pay for, and everybody's happy. I mean, I couldn't be happier with them, and I have, a lot with them.
I think that's a very complete answer. So we've got another question here. So Bob Rose asks, if I did everything you have just done and did not order any shirts, would Zazzle print and ship one shirt at a time? I guess I need an overview of the project. Okay, so Bob Rose, yeah, with print on demand, when you upload the design, it sits there and waits for an order. So if there's no orders, they don't make any. It's just a virtual design. You've created the digital footprint for that design. If somebody orders it, they'll make one shirt, they can make 10 shirts, they can make whatever number they order the shirts are in different sizes even. So you don't actually have to pick a size when you're selling it. You can if you want to, but when the buyer goes to that link, we're gonna show you what that looks like in a second here. But when you go to sell it, we're gonna create a description and some keywords and some titling for it. And then the people who order those shirts can order as many or as few as they want, including 0. So they don't have to make any orders. If we don't order this, the shirt is not actually made. It just sits there awaiting to be ordered. And then once it's ordered, they make that shirt, even a one shirt, and they'll send it to whoever ordered it. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, so that's answered. So again, we created the store. While Shawn was giving that, I realized when I was hitting save, it actually saved the project. And you just have to exit out of the edits, and then it shows you the whole store. I've had all my stores made for months and months, so I haven't done that process in a little while. But basically, once you create your design that you want, so we have the Done Like Dinner shirt, you click on Sell It. And if you have a storefront, then it'll go straight into this, title and description. So we're gonna give it a title description. Let's call it Done Like Dinner. Tara, by the way, is very sick tonight, so she's gone off to bed. It's almost 10 p.m. here. Done Like Dinner, and then the description could be something like perfect t-shirt for dinner time around the house or on the road. Maybe make some dinner on the road. Maybe not a question mark, maybe exclamation point. So you can put whatever description you want, guys. If there is a character limit, the platform will tell you. So I'm just gonna quickly make a lot of words to see if there's a character limit, because I've never run into it before, but sometimes there could be. I don't think there is. No. So you can put in a lot of characters. Some platforms will have it limited to 300 characters or 1,000 characters or 3,000. They're all different. If you're using a platform that has a character limit, I recommend using a word count website. So you just go and open up a new tab. You want to go to word counter on Google, and it's going to give you a word counter. So I usually use the same one, wordcount.net, and it already, look at that, crazy cat lady shirt. So it will preload from your memory whatever you're working on last, and it'll tell you how many characters it is. So Zazzle is not a platform you have to worry about that, but if I did, that's 13 words, 66 characters, okay? And it will save whatever you're working on last time, so it's a convenient way, wordcounter.net. Although it doesn't really apply to Zazzle, so I'm not sure why I just did that. So you have your description, you can put that in. You have different options, okay? So if you want to change your options, you click on that. You can change the different kind of shirt you want. So remember at the beginning, we picked the women's football shirt, but if you want to change the shirt, it'll give you the pricing right on here. And this is kind of convenient because you can see the price differences. So if we did a women's basic t-shirt, it would be $7 less, $2 less if it was a crew neck alternative apparel t-shirt. You know, it's got maybe instead of a women's shirt, you want a men's shirt, or you want a racerback tank top, minus $5. They all have different models and stuff, so you can see what they are. If it's the same price, then it doesn't show you plus or minus. If it costs more, it'll tell you a plus. Right? So if you want a women's Bell and Canvas favorite jersey t-shirt, it's minus $5. But if you want Bell and Canvas flowy muscle tank top, it's a little bit more expensive, plus $4. Okay, so that's something you can do. You can always X out of that and just keep the one that you had. If you wanted to sell it on only certain types of shirts, there is an option. This is really unique among the different pods. I haven't seen this in other ones. You can do light only shirts, dark only shirts, black only shirts, black and white, men's, women's, kids, babies. You can exclude everything else and pick what you want. You can exclude men's, exclude women's, exclude kids, adults only, you know, sustainable only if you're interested in preserving the environment, organic only because they do have organic cottons, you know, if it's made in the USA only, you know, you can select that. Current style and current color only. So if you have a collection and you want it to be that specific color, that specific shirt only, you can select that. Okay, these are options that they're not available in other pods, but they are things that you can do. I'm going to go all options, which means it'll be available in all the different colors and styles. And customers, if they want to pay more or less for the shirt, can actually design it, but they'll be buying your design on whatever shirt color they want, whatever shirt type they want, whatever size they want. They can pick and choose. Now, events and occasions, they do have quite a wide arrangement here. So with the holidays, they've got different holidays here: Earth Day, Father's Day, Friendship Day, Groundhog Day, Hanukkah. There's a few options here. I mean, there's probably, I'm going to say 25 or 30 options here. So it's not really a holiday shirt. There's different occasions. There's others, so you got anniversaries, birthdays, care and connection, celebration, divorce, graduation, new homes, religious events, retirements, reunions, sympathy, weddings, everyday events, historical events, special days, right? There's all kinds of different expressions here. Blessings and faith, congratulations, encouragement, friends, fun and laughs, get well, getting together, good luck, good trip, hi, hello. I mean, it just goes on and on, right? Keeping in touch, love, marry me, missing you, sorry, thank you, thinking of you, you're welcome, whatever. So there are different types of events and holidays and things that are in here. And actually, they drill down as well. So if you go into birthdays, they'll go into the different types. So you can do it by year, for example. They'll have your 100th birthday, 10th birthday, you know, all the different major ones. It's funny, they start out with some of the higher numbers, like 100th birthday, 110th, and then they go through the teenage years, and then the first birthday, 20th birthday. I'm going to guess that they put these in orders of most popular to least popular. So if you want a real not popular t-shirt, your 91st birthday is lower on the list than, let's say, your 8th. Or they're actually probably in number order. Yeah, they're in number order. You can have children's shirts, you can have family shirts. Again, this is under the subcategory of birthdays. So these categories, guys, if you're looking for niche ideas, Zazzle makes these categories based on what people buy. So if you want for all kinds of birthdays from a group, you know, funny, over the hill, romantic, sports related, sweet 16 birthdays, work related, belated birthday, you know, it's just late. And then all of these have different things, right? So wedding and engagement, again, you can have a bachelor party, bachelorette, bridal shower, engagement announcement, save the date, wedding, whatever. So in this case, our done like dinner shirt doesn't really, maybe it's an expression. Not really fitting in on any of these. Thinking of you. Thank you, missing you, marry me, love. I mean, it's not really an encouragement, so you can leave it blank, right? The recipient, so this is if it's for somebody. So this is a done like dinner. It could be for anyone, for him, for her, for kids, for pets, for groups, right? We're going to go for anyone. What kind of anyone, right? So here you've got any person, bosses, caregivers, coaches, coworkers, customers, doctors, employees, families, friends, guests, military, neighbors, nurses, pastors, priests, teachers, volunteers. Done like dinner might be for mom, right? So, or it could be for dad. Again, they can change the type of shirt. So for her, like a mother, like a sister, maid of honor, mother, mother-in-law, mother-to-be, new mother, niece, partner, sister, stepmother, stepmom, stepsister, sweetheart, my girl, wife, right? For him, again, same thing. Best man, boyfriend, brother, cousin, dad, dad-to-be, godfather, godson, grandfather, groom, groomsman, husband, nephew, to father. I mean, it just goes on and on. So one thing you'll note about Zazzle, they've got a lot of products. They have a lot of categories. They have a lot of ways to group things, right? you know, for them, you might have couples, you might have families, grandparents, new parents, newlyweds, parents, twins, children. This is all under the family category, right? So again, we're going to say this is for anyone. And when we win anyone, we're going to say any person. So any person, this is who exactly that's for. Now, store category, if you wanted to have new products, you could change that. You could change it to different categories here. And then tags for your shirt. So again, we have the title, the description, and then the tags that you would, or the keywords that we'd use for this. You could have 10 tags and up to 500 characters. So we're going to say this might be for dinner. We'll add a tag. We'll say done like dinner. Add a tag. Again, it splits it up into the individual words. If you want to have a phrase, I think you could do it in quotes. Done like dinner in quotes. And then you have one tag with 3 words. So it's looking not just for each individual keyword, but a whole bunch of words together. You could have, let's say for home, say family, maybe family fun. You could have maybe the big celebration. So you can put in any kind of tags that you want. You have space for 10 tags. There's tips for tagging. So tags should help shoppers find your product. Use descriptive words relating to the subject, the color, the theme, the style, the design. Aim for 5 to 10 tags per product. Again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right in that perfect range. Spaces between single words, tags, and quotes. For phrases, use quotes. Like cute dog. Do not spam Zazzle. Zazzle follows a strict no spam policy. More tips and suggestions, you can visit the tagging page. So again, you can always click on something, it'll take you out to the a separate tab in your browser, so you don't have to worry about leaving it. And they've got a whole help center, guys. This help center for making a post, for designing things, for tagging things, for, you know, examples of how it comes up in a search engine. They get right into like Google, how that works, suggestions, what do. So do double check your tags before publishing your product to avoid misspellings and mistakes. Don't use tags or keywords that are irrelevant, have nothing to do with your design. Consider tag spam and your design's products appear in the wrong search results, making customers less likely to find your designs and products. So, you know, tagging a mug as a bowl, a little bit weird. There's all kinds of things in Zazzle to help you along the way. So you can always, you don't have to worry about this going to a different page. It's going to open up a new tab for you when you click on it. Your audience, guys, they use the same kind of ratings as the movies. So we're going to say this is a G-rated thing because our design, again, is done like dinner. And then your percentage. So you can go anywhere between 5% on the bottom and 99% on the top. It'll tell you the royalty. Okay, so let's say if you wanted to do the same royalty that Fanprint pays you at 60% on a what's it called? A trademark design, or 70% on your own design. So let's see what that looks like on Zazzle. So this puts our shirt for $94. Again, that's probably out of the price range for the average person. So 5%, that gives us $29 for this beautiful t-shirt. You might want to do 15%. I like to use 15 to 20% typically, or around, I like to make it around $5 or so. I just feel like that's a nice round price that I appreciate. So this is Tara's store. She's gone to bed because she's sick. So we'll do 19%. It gives us $5.02 royalty. And the price for the shirt is going to be $35.20. Now, again, this is not like a regular cheap t-shirt, like you might see like an Anvil t-shirt on Merch by Amazon. This is a premium quality shirt. It's got double pinstriping. We saw the stitching earlier. It's got a V-neck. It's a football shirt, sports shirt. It's going to be durable. It's got stitching across the front here. I believe, yeah, I do actually have one of these shirts, but it's not in the room here, so I was going to show it to you. So you always want to make sure you have the rights to publish the product without violating other owners' rights. So we'll check that off, and then we'll post it. Again, please take up to 24 hours for your product to appear in the search results. Okay, you can, if you don't want to see that, you can click that off. but it will take up to 24 hours to catalog. But fear not, your store is here. So we have zazzle.com/mamas_merch. We can also see the address for our shirt. So this is the Done Like Dinner t-shirt. And if I copy this and I want to put it into a new tab, again, I can paste it here. And it'll take me right to the listing. When I go to the listing, I'm going to see the exact shirt and the exact color that I made, but I can always change the size. So let's say I want to do an adult extra large, and if I want a different style, somebody can change the style. Even though you've made this shirt, the buyer has the option to change the style. So if they want to like pay less money, they can do that. They can get a hoodie if they want, right? Again, it's going to have the Done Like Dinner right on it, just like you designed it. But they do have the option if they want to pay less money. You know, a basic t-shirt in this case is like $21. So again, you're setting a percentage of royalty rather than a fixed price. So when they change the shirt type, then they're welcome to do that. So that URL is there. You can email it to a friend. You can go there now. If you want to see it, it'll take you there. You can copy and paste it, put wherever you want, promote it wherever you want. You can customize your store. So if you want to create another t-shirt, you just go to create another t-shirt here. And again, it takes you right into the create space again. And here you can select the type of thing that you want. So in this case, it could be for baby, for men's, women's, boys, girls, toddlers. It could be types, you know, all these different types of activewear, dresses, onesies, maternity, all kinds of different styles, right? Let's say if you wanted a ringer shirt and you wanted it to be a t-shirt, you wanted it to be for men's. There's a men's ringer t-shirt, right, with the rings on it. If you wanted a different one, let's say something trendy, it'll show you the different t-shirts that are available. So there's a couple trendy t-shirts that they have, both a t-shirt and long sleeve shirt. So you can make whatever you want, and then when you're ready to make it, once you've added either the design or the text, if you want to add a design, we'll show you how to do that. You go here, you upload your design. So for a lot of people, you go in, you'll go into your, wherever you keep your designs. And pick out a design that you like. Tara's making kombucha, so we'll do a kombucha newbie shirt for her. Maybe she'll like that on her store. Just to give you an idea of if you have pre-made designs, you can use those as well. So they'll load up there. Again, you can stretch them and crop them, filter them. You can fill them. You can tile them if you want a whole bunch. A lot of the options that were available for the text-based are available, but they have some new ones like filling, cropping, putting filters on it, make it black and white if you want. Let's say we're done with that design. I like that look of the design. Maybe I want to edit it. Maybe it's a bit too low, so I'll move it up a little bit, right? No problem. And then I want to center it. Okay. And so it's good. It looks good on the shirt. I like it, and I want to sell it. Boom, you click sell. This is going to be kombucha newbie. And somebody's making kombucha for the first time, for the new kombucha maker to make the drink we all love. Right? And again, not really any special occasion for that. The recipient's not for any specific person. The category is fine. We're going to just do kombucha. And you don't have to add tons of tags. Let's just do kombucha as one. So it's a G-rated. It's for everyone. Customize a button. Sure, yeah, people can customize it if they want. And then again, the royalty, whatever price you want on the shirt. So on this one, maybe I want to do 22%. You could change that. Again, if people change the shirt type or the design when they buy it, then you'll get a different amount. But this gives you an idea of the royalty on the particular shirt that you designed it upon. Again, here's the thing. So if we want to go there now, we can see it. It will open up a new window in the same window. So you can buy this shirt right now. It's live. there's no other approval process or anything. If people wanted to buy it right now, we'll probably put a link to it in the group. And so that's it. So any other questions, guys? Ask a question in the Q&A. We're up on over 2 hours on the live webinar. So unfortunately, I got to go to sleep. And we'll answer a couple of last questions here. If you have any other questions, there are still over a dozen people watching live. So if you have questions in the chat, if you have any final thoughts, let us know. Okay, perfect. And I'll just end the chat when I'm done. I got a message here from Shawn, so that's fine. So Billy says, maybe it's in your book, but if you wanted to hire an assistant to upload your designs, Zazzle, okay, yeah, we answered that extensively. If I did everything you just did, will they make one shirt at a time? Yeah, we answered that. Do you think it's safe to sell merchant fulfilled on Amazon items that you've ordered from other sites? Doesn't Amazon require a certain length of time for you to ship to the customer? Yeah, so if you're making a shirt on a site outside of Amazon, you want to do merchant fulfilled and then custom order it and get it shipped to them, make sure that the shipping time that you put on your merchant fulfilled listing on Amazon is enough to accommodate whatever time it takes you to get that shirt to them, including the making time. So there's usually 2 times with the shirt that's on demand. One is the time it takes to make the shirt, and then the second one is the time it takes to ship the shirt. So if you're going to do merchant fulfilled and then drop ship it, which I don't necessarily recommend unless you're using an automated system, which I do recommend in the book, and I've got many different ways to do that, then you want to make sure that the shipping time and the making time is clear in your listing. Otherwise, you could run into problems. So to avoid those problems, I recommend using an automated system like GearBubble or Shopify integration. So we answered all the other questions. Just check the chat real quick here. Can we get back to the Zazzle store? So Rob wants to see the Zazzle store. Yes, we can. So if you want to go back to your Zazzle store, you just, under my account, it's going to say My Stores, and you can click on the store. And it will show you your store with the products that you have in your store. So we have 2 shirts, the Kombucha Newbie shirt and the Done Like Dinner shirt. And so I can see that those are there. I can also see the number of orders. I can see the number of views, how many people were there, the date it was created, when it was last viewed. So within the last 24 hours, it was viewed. And so it's kind of a good way to see your design. So if there's no other questions, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. It is 10:15 here, Eastern Standard Time. I wanted to thank for everybody who is here. We can see Kate, Catherine, Laura, Mark, William, everyone that's here, Billy, Alan. Thanks for joining, guys. Hope you appreciated the overview of Zazzle.com. Again, I think the superpower of Zazzle was 2 things. Number 1, they have tons and tons of products. I encourage you to go to Zazzle. In the book, I outlined I think 100 items that Zazzle has. But if you go onto their site, they have over 1,000 items. And you can literally get anything. You can get skateboards, cutting boards, shower curtains, bed sheets, jewelry. There's all kinds of stuff outside of just apparel. So go and check it out yourself. There's a lot of options. It would take hours to go through all the options. There's so many. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. So enjoy your day, guys. Go open up a Zazzle store. It's free. You saw how quick it takes. Doesn't take very long. Make sure that you have an image if you want to upload your image on the background of your store. But if you don't have one, again, the delay there was because I was hitting save and it was doing it automatically. So it just did it in the background. But anyways, hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Tune in next week. It hasn't been confirmed yet, so I got to check this with Shawn, but I think we're going to do Printful. Printful is a mega platform on the back end, one of those crazy back end pods. And if Shawn's okay with that, we'll do Printful. If you have suggestions for other pods that you'd like to see that haven't been covered already, or you want to replay on another one, just let Shawn know. And again, you can check out all of the replays on the Facebook group, which you can get to by going masteringthepod.com or Mastering the Pod with Shawn Mayo on Facebook. So again, we'll see you guys later. Have fun. We'll see you next weekend. Next week. On Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hopefully we'll be doing Printful. Oh, Laura asked a question. Thank you for all of your time. Oh, thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. And we'll see you guys next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another print-on-demand platform.